I'm Sonam Choden, host for the interview program for Pain Fight Poetry Competition, and I'm from Bhutan. Will you please introduce yourself?
Thank you so much for this privilege. My name is Adeleke and I'm from Nigeria.
Okay, thank you for introducing yourself, and I want to congratulate for winning the second position in Pain Fight Competition. So please tell me, how did you know about the Jiya Pain Fight and how easy or difficult it was to write in the theme of love?
Thank you so much. I'm honored. I'm so much honored. Okay, I would say that I'm also a Jiyan and I'm part of the Jiyan's community. So that's how I knew about the Jiyan pen fight, because I've been in the community on WhatsApp and even in the Jiya application, and also on Facebook and Instagram. So I'm part of the Jiya community. So I got to know about the Jiya pen fight on WhatsApp because it was sent on WhatsApp. It was pasted on WhatsApp. The notification, the awareness was pasted on WhatsApp, so I got to know about that, and I opted in for it. Then how easy or hard it was for me, I would say that it's easy, and I would say that it's hard. It's easy in the sense that it's something that I've been doing. It's something that I've been in poetry, so and I have written a lot of poems that cut across love. So it's easy for me to really to really subject myself to probably solitary confinement and think about how to write something that is very creative, that will revolve around love. So it's easy for me to actually come up with something that is very creative. And I can say that it's hard because it came I can say that it is hard because it came at a time when I was also busy with my academic activities. So I was busy with my academic activities while I was coming up with the poem for the theme of love. So that's what I can say about the difficult aspect of it.
Wow, that's great. Thank you so much for answering my question. So my next question is, do you come from a literary background, or how is literary enthusiasm in your country?
Oh, thank you so much. I would say that I didn't come from a literary background. I didn't come from a literary background. I have never, for once, experienced anything like literary. I've not been a literature student in my life. So that's what I have to say about whether I came from a literary background or not. So I didn't come from a literary background. I just started writing poetry and other articles that I write based on my God's-given talent. So that's just it. And how it is in my country, I would say that though we have a number of gifted poets, we have a number of gifted writers in my country, but I'll say that people don't actually or don't really appreciate the art of writing poetry in my country. People don't really appreciate it. Only few people appreciate that in my country, which is not encouraging enough. So that is the way it is in my country.
Wow, it's beautiful to know that your country has lots of God-gifted poets, but I am disheartened to know that great poets are not appreciated in your country. So sorry for that. Let me move on to next question. Can you give advice to someone who wants to write and publish poetry?
Thank you so much for that. The advice I would give to someone who wants to write and publish poetry is that the person should keep reading and writing poetry. The person shouldn't stop writing, and the person shouldn't stop reading. It is from what we read that we get inspiration sometimes. So it is advisable that any poet keeps reading poetry of some other poets and also keeps writing. That is the advice I have for someone who wants to publish, who wants to write and publish poetry.
I think this is the best advice that you're giving to the young or amateur poets who want to publish their work. So thank you so much. So with this, let me know who is your favorite poet and why do you think he or she is your favorite poet?
My favorite poet is Wole Soyinka, and he's from Nigeria. The reason I think he's my favorite poet is because of his use of verse, the way he uses his verse in his poems.
Wow, that is great. And thanks so much for sharing. Now I have second last question, I think. So here it goes. How do you feel after winning this spin fight competition, and do you think Jiya is the right platform for you to express your thoughts?
I feel so excited and I feel so much more accomplished winning the Jiya, being part of the winners for the Jiya pen fight. And I also believe and I feel, yes, that Jiya is a very good application, a very good platform for me to express my feelings and emotion. And it's very good looking at the way Jiya conducts or organizes competition like this is a way of encouraging people to come to Jiya and also express their feelings and emotion and also move poetry to the world. So it's a very good platform that people should come into and express their emotion, which is what I've always been doing. I've always been canvassing people to join Jiya. I've always been sending the link out to people to join Jiya. So it's a very good platform. While I feel so excited and accomplished winning the poetry Jiya pen fight.
Thank you so much, and I also appreciate your thoughts. You have very, very beautiful thoughts about Jiya. So, will you recommend Jiya to any other writers in the future?
Yes, I will recommend Jiya to writers, like upcoming writers in the future, because it's a way of expressing their emotions and feelings. And of course, it has helped me as an individual to keep writing and of course to be showcasing my creativity, my talent and gifts to the world. So it's something I can recommend and something I should keep recommending to upcoming writers or to writers or poets in the future.
Thanks so much for sharing your thoughts. And once again, I want to thank you for joining with me in this Jiya pen fight interview session. And I want to once again congratulate for winning this competition.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. It's really my pleasure, and I'm really honored for that.
And it's my privilege and honor to work with such a great mind like yours, and hope to meet you.